out of Terry's last experience. I think we talked to him before Summit. Now we're talking to him after the Forrester Summit, so he'll have some new insights. So let's dive into the weekly poll. And this week's poll, we tied to the question around alignment, and not a ton of votes here. I think it's summer season and end of quarter for a lot of people, but a question that came up in one of my conversations this week was, where do I focus my energy? And actually, it was a LinkedIn post I saw that really motivated me to do this. In addition to Terry joining us today, the LinkedIn post said CEOs didn't understand where they should focus their energy. They had no idea what the root cause was of a pipeline that might be not where it needs to be. And so that's what spurred this particular survey around alignment. The choices here between sales and marketing, ICP alignment, buyer motion alignment, where should somebody focus if there's one area to pick on, or what's the sharpest challenge? Now, I picked other because I had a tough time picking across all three. Meg, I'm curious, how did you react to this poll?
I picked buyer motion alignment primarily because I continue to see a lot of companies want to sort of force fit buyers into the process they want or that they've built in their tech, as opposed to the reality of how their buyers make decisions, which is messy and nonlinear and involves lots of people and takes longer than we ever want it to. But the fact is, even if we don't like that, we can't, you still have to support it. So I picked that one. However, I'm also seeing a lot of evidence recently around ICP alignment being a big deal. So not surprised that also got some votes here. And I would even argue it's not so much ICP alignment. I think people agree philosophically on who they want to sell to. I think the problem is ICP consistency and focus and really sticking to what you said you want to do and who you want to engage, as opposed to when times get tough saying, well, we know they're not the best customer types, but we'll go after them anyway. And that becomes a slippery slope into all sorts of bad things. But Terry Flaherty, we are very lucky to have you here today, because I think you are one of the people who can really help companies understand the flaws in some of that thinking and really what to do about it. And we're just really thankful that you could take time to join us today.
Yeah, it's great to be here again, be back again. So it's been, 3 months, 2 months, three or somewhere around that since the last time we chatted.
Yes, indeed. And curious to get your take. What do you think on this one?
All right. So I took you and I are in agreement, right? I did buyer motion alignment. I'm probably a little bit more radical and a little bit more extreme. In fact, I just published a LinkedIn post yesterday and did the controversial statement that says, focusing on marketing and sales and alignment is basically a waste of time.